Thank you very much. Do stay with us. We're turning over to another update, this time coming out of Europe, where Iran has accused European leaders, including France, of contributing to the escalation that led to US and Israeli strikes against the Islamic Republic. Tehran claims that rather than upholding international law and checking American pressure, some European nations supported discussions at the UN Security Council on restoring sanctions. Iran says this move created conditions that emboldened the United States and Israel to take military action, further intensifying the conflict in the region. The Foreign Ministry insists that European decisions have indirectly encouraged continued attacks, deepening tensions and making diplomatic resolution more difficult. The European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen has said that the EU must be prepared to project its more power assertively, as it can no longer rely on a rules-based system against threats and must determine if its institutions and systems help or hinder its credibility. Let's take a listen in.
But at the same time, these attempts to label today's world mask two tangible and structural realities which are far from important for Europe. The first is that Europe can no longer be a custodian of the old world order. For a world that has gone and will not return. We will always defend and uphold the rules-based system that we helped to build with our allies, but we can no longer rely on it as the only way to defend our interests.
Glenn Grant is joining us now, an ex-advisor to the Defense Minister of Ukraine and geopolitical commentator. He joins us live from Riga in Latvia. Glenn, thank you so much for speaking to us. Pleasure's all mine. When Iran accuses the European countries, in particular France, to contributing to Donald Trump and Israel's conflict in the Middle East, do you think that statement holds any weight? Do you think that these European countries were indeed complacent when it comes to Iran?
Complacent maybe, but I don't think you can say that they were involved in this in any substantial way. I mean, you heard when the whole thing started that Spain said they were not going to get involved, and Great Britain pulled back initially, and I think that the others all just sucked their teeth in because, you know, that Europe wants to hold on to the rules-based order, as van der Leyen said, but Trump and I'm sorry, but Israel as well ride roughshod over that and don't care about it. And on one side you can say, okay, they're taking a realistic approach, but then there are limits to this. If that realistic approach is that you just keep pounding away at another country, even long after your stated objectives have been supposedly passed, then it's very, very difficult to see, going back, how Europe could be complicit in this in any way, shape or form, because I don't see anybody in Europe agreeing to this at all.
Glenn, in terms of the rules-based order, do you think, and the fact that the European Commission President von der Leyen says that Europe is still going to continue following it, do you think that puts the bloc on the back foot when it comes to situations like these?
No, I don't. I mean, I think that you've got to have some sort of ethos to underpin what you're doing in countries, and you know, the rules-based order has kept Europe from fighting each other solidly for the last period, so it has got some benefit, but I think that people have got to be realistic that Trump and Putin have crashed it. And messed it up, but that doesn't mean to say that we should throw it out and go along with them, because most people don't actually agree with what they're doing. And you could say the rules-based order died when, after the Soviet Union, Russia was allowed to keep its place in the Security Council, and look at the mess that they've done ever since. But that doesn't mean we should stop it. It means that perhaps we should reinforce it and try and get harder with it.
Brilliant to have you, Glenn. Do stay with us. We're turning over to another update.